Hello and welcome back to The Point of It All with Jamie and Trevor. I'm Jamie and he is
Trevor.
Trevor. We have had about 24 plus hours to digest all things Google Stadia. Now, I know you've been online reading some articles and you've heard some things here and there. Has your opinion changed of the service at all?
Not really. I still kind of have the same opinion that I think Google's pushing the envelope here. They're giving us some different tech, and I think you need somebody that's going to do something here a little bit different. Game streaming is one day going to be the predominant way things work. I mean, downloads will probably still always be there, but eventually, you're going to be paying for a service rather than a system. So, Stadia Pro, I know, was getting kind of some flack because, Google's like, hey, pay us $9.99 a month for Stadia Pro, and we'll give you the fast lane, basically. So, it's kind of, in a sense, kind of like Netflix used to have issues with some of the internet service providers. They were asked to pay for the fast lane to deliver faster service to people. Now Google's kind of passing this on, it seems like, to the end user rather than the internet service provider. So, you can look at that two ways. You can say, why should I have to pay for that? But one way or another, Google's trying to do something different here. And I know that another concern was the games are nothing special. They're games you can already get on another system. But still, I think the ability to just play them without having to buy a system that's $400 or $500, I think it seems like, to me, a decent deal, at least initially, just to kind of see how it works. And if, you don't like it, you don't want to pay for the Founders Edition, just wait. And in 2020, you'll probably have to play it with your own controller, on 1080p, and, it'll be much, much cheaper. So I think it's a decent deal. Like I say, I wouldn't probably play Madden on it from a multiplayer standpoint. It's a smaller platform, obviously, to start, but it's tough for me to say that Stadia Pro is a bad deal because, look at Oculus Quest with Facebook. They're pushing something different here with the wireless concept of it. Yeah, it's $400. It's just as much as the Oculus Rift S, but it's them trying to do something different. So, I don't want to fault these companies for trying to push the envelope to push things along. I remember when, quick example, PlayStation 2, when they went online going back 15 years, they accepted AOL, and Microsoft said, we're broadband only, no AOL. And everybody was up in arms. Look what happened. Broadband became the predominant thing.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those things. I think you just kind of look at it, and maybe the main consumer adoption might be slow and that, but I haven't soured on it. I still am excited for it. I think it's got potential. I look at it like, if you don't want to play, you don't have interest, and you think paying $10 a month, and you think what $10 a month is to you. You pay almost $20 a month now for Netflix, and Disney's launching a streaming service. You have Hulu, you've got HBO Now, Showtime, Anytime. I mean, you can go down the list. I mean, you look at everything people pay for, $10 a month to get 4K, 60 frames a second HDR. I don't think that's a bad deal. So, yeah, it's just my thoughts.
The most compelling argument I've read of why not to be excited about the service was the main backbone of the service, and that's internet connection. Let's say that I'm paying for the highest speed internet that's possible, that's available right now. I've got AT&T fiber. It's pretty fast. It's business quality fast, business class fast, which is more than enough to run Stadia as far as their requirements go. All right, so I've got my fast internet service, right? What happens, though, when I'm playing on my fast broadband connection and then congestion becomes an issue? Even Google can control how many users are on that line at one time. Do you know what I mean? Using up that bandwidth. And when that happens, which it inevitably will, you're going to see some issues with latency. Am I right? I mean, and if I have to download a game from Microsoft or Sony or whoever, an actual download and not stream it for a better quality experience, I'm probably going to stick with my console gaming for now. And that's just what I would do.
I mean, I kind of look at that like you're going to probably have that happen, and Google then will, if they know that every Friday they have 100,000 people logged in, that's something they'll have to adjust to. It's one of those things that they'll learn what the demand is, and create that demand for it. And they'll adjust as it goes. So, I mean,
I can see a casual gamer putting up with that, but I don't see the hardcore gamer.
yeah, I agree. If you get somebody that likes to play Call of Duty, a first-person shooter,
Exactly.
I don't think this service is yet for you. If you are into like I said yesterday, a single-player experience, this might be a decent thing, like the Assassin's Creed or Tomb Raider. Division 2, if you're playing co-op and not against others, that might be a little bit different. But if you're playing a true multiplayer, I don't think the service is for you, at least right now. So
Google is banking on the idea of playing your games anywhere on pretty much any device. Is going to be a big enough draw away from stability that people are going to jump to their service.
yeah,
I'm not really sold on that. I don't know. I've got to wait and see. I'm getting the Founders Edition. I'm curious, and I'm just a early adopter for the most part. But I don't really see mass adoption right away. This is going to be a slow process for the
yeah, absolutely. Hey, we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, I haven't saw it. No, I'm still excited about it, and we'll kind of go from there and see. So, I mean, I don't know.
You think $9.99 is? You think you're getting enough for that $9.99 a month? Are they offering enough, oomph for the dollar, bang for the buck, if you will?
But they give you some games with it in addition to paying for the best possible picture, and it's some decent games. Another thing that a lot of people haven't realized yet is Google is in the process of doing their own first-party games, which they haven't said anything else about yet since their initial announcement. So, they start hitting out the park some big-time first-party games that can change people's perception. Every system needs first-party content to push adoption.
Yeah, I didn't think that'd be the case for them, but I think you might be right. I'm starting to believe and agree with that as well. Now, it's one thing to have to put up with frame rate issues and latency issues, on the free service. But if I'm paying for it and I'm still getting those issues, even if they pop up every now and then, I don't know. They better make sure this thing is ready for prime time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'll wrap it up for this one, guys. We'll be back later with some more topics and whatnot. But until then, Trevor.
Take care.